Oh, Saturday, July 12th is close enough. This is the water after the storm. This is coming down from Highland Circle, which is right here. All that water is coming down to my crossover, which is a nasty, nasty flood right here. I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. Now, this diversion ditch, this culvert, call it what you want, was put in by the town of Fort Kent. And they did a real nasty job at it. And all the water's coming down from the gravel pit, which belongs to Roland Charette. Now, this is on the side of my property. What you see here is my lawn that I had to do, the town destroyed. And it's getting eroded because of the water coming down. This started happening when the pit got opened up. Right now I'm at the end of my ditch here, and she's flooded. I give it a year with rain that we get once in a while, there ain't gonna be a ditch here no more. Pretty nice. I mean, that's what it looks like. This is coming down from the hills, from the gravel pit that was destroyed. I mean, the bales are barely holding it. Nothing's holding it. Look at that. This is ridiculous. Very ridiculous. This was caused by one man in his gravel pit. Pretty fucking nice. What you see here goes on B&A property. This is like a little river. Amen to the town. Now this is the hill the water's coming down from on the other side of my property where the ditch is at. This is across the road from my house, and this is going into the same ditch. Everything here, all the silt comes from the gravel pit. This is right across from my house. This is the ditch coming down from the gravel pit, continuing. This is my house right here. A lot of sun here, but this is where our floods come in. This is coming down from Highland Circle, which is known as Bushy Avenue or Street. You can hear it coming down full swing to my property. See? Well, this is the mess coming down from the gravel pit. There's the old gravel pit road, which he opened up completely. This is Roland Charette. This comes down to my crossover. Now I'm getting closer to the gravel pit. This is the last neighbor here, next to the gravel pit. This is the gravel pit road. And you get a full gravel pit here that was completely open a few years back, right on the other side of this line. Now this is where everything comes down from the gravel pit. And this road here, everything comes down this road too. I'll take a walk to the gravel pit. Now I'm coming up to the gravel pit here, focusing fast, I'm not a pro. Now this is a gravel pit that was completely opened. As you can see, and here this is an open gravel pit. There is nothing stopping it from the water running down these roads. Now this is the road that comes down from the main gravel pit right here. Everything washes down right here. Everything. Which keeps following down to my piece of land. So look at this. This is all eroded. All eroded. That's what's coming down to me. And look at this side here. Look at this. Now that's coming down to me too. There you go. Here's his main road. Yeah, let's back you up. Here's his main road. All the water comes down through here. And this is all washout right here. It's all washout going down. Even though if it happens 4 times a year, it's a lot of damage. Let's strapping away. Okay, this is Bushy Street, Bushy Road. This is where all the washout comes down from. As you can see here, look at this. This is all washout. Okay, right there, everything came down Highland Circle, which is Bushy Street now, which goes to my crossover culverts. Halfway down Bushy Street, this goes to my crossover. Usually Roland shows up. Okay, Mopat, you're on camera. This is his land getting destroyed. This is 15 minutes after the storm. Water's still rushing down Highland here, coming from Bushy Street. And right there is directly in front of my house here. He's flooded out. The culvert's all covered up with silt, and that was all pretty well cleaned just a while ago. Now this culvert is Doris Kavet's culvert, right across from my house. The hole is really half full with silt. And if I cross his driveway, to Scott Sears' driveway, focus real fast here. See, now he dug his out a year ago. I am at the bottom of my piece of land again. This is the end here. What you see on the other side is B&A Road. Well, it belongs to the railroad. And this is my ditch that they did last year. And it's full of silt and water, and it makes 15 minutes after the storm. Maybe 20 now. Should be 20 easy. Bales A had a hard time. Rock walls are covered with silt. In the beginning of the year, those walls were completely out in the open. This I had to fix on my own. The town destroyed it and they never came back. Well, this is the day after the storm. This is the crossover culvert coming over to my place. As you can tell right here, it's full of silt on the bottom. This is from our rain. This comes from the gravel pits. This is the ditch going down in between Eric's land and my land. As you can tell, the erosion got worse here. I mean, it just cut right through. Here I have a rock wall. This rock wall, as you can tell, is full of silt up to the top now. This just happened yesterday. The other little storms we've had just built up a little. Yesterday was to the banks. Now the rock wall you've seen that was filled up with silt, this is the back side of it. This is how high it is. We're still at this rock wall. This is the silt that's above it. So you figure at least almost 3 feet high. It's filled up with silt. This is the back end of the wall. What you see here is the erosion it caused in the ditch. This is on the way down to the end. Another rock wall almost at the end of my... This is the last of the little rock wall they had put up to slow down the rush of the water. Since they must have figured out it was going to happen still, they're not doing anything to correct it. Now this wall is being built up pretty high with silt. Another storm and it'll be over. Now this is the end of my ditch that goes on to B&A Road, which is right there. Now this is just full of silt that came down. Well, not even half of the silt that came down. The rock wall held the rest up. Now this is the hill above home. And if you can tell, right there, everything crossed over to me. Because everything was running down Highland Circle, which is Bushy Street now. And the culverts can't take it, so it jumps over to my land. Now this is right across from home. This is the culvert right across from home. Now as you can tell, it is full of silt to the max. This I'm looking at right now is the opening of a culvert, which is not that great. There's not much left to it. Not much left of the opening there. This ditch is completely full with silt. They're trying to say it doesn't come from the gravel pit. Well, I've lived here all my life. What you see here is a bale of hay that was put here last year in late fall. Right now, as you can tell, it's full of silt to the back of it. It's just going over it now. This is where the water ran off from Highland Circle. That couldn't make it to the ditch. And this would be Bushy Road right here. And this is all the erosion they're getting on this road. Well, what he did is he ripped everything up there in front of the gravel pit. So if he ripped it up, that means everything comes down here. It did jump the road. It came to me, and that's the top of his road right there, and everything comes down to Highland Circle, Bushy Street. Look at the erosion on it. You can tell it jumped out of his driveway and just ate up.
Yeah, you have to do get on top of your roof a little bit, get a high.
A day later, another little rainstorm. Everything crossed to the road, into my driveway, and down into the ditch and destroying my property. Moves it up. There, this is what, 15 minutes after the rain? Yeah, look at the buildup. My gosh. Okay, and that comes off my driveway. And it comes down on my lawn. Well, I got a little less damage from last storm because I made a canal on top of my driveway. That was the only way to cut in. There's a little bit more I got to fix just because of the gravel pit up the road. Hey, here's my rock wall, still full of silt. Even higher than the last storm. Yeah, there we go. I gotta go slow with this because it's digital and it doesn't focus right away. It's a little slower. Here we're going down my ditch. Here's the last rock wall. It's half full of silt now. And there we go, flooding zone. Across the road, neighbors' culvert completely plugged up from the rains. I'm not taking a walk on Highland Circle, Bushy Street, because it's already had same type of damage. Well, today's rain. Now what you see here is a canal I had to cut into my road. Now it looks like a river, huh? This is going all on my land. And here we go, we're going up the hill. Now we're on. My problems are starting from this road up here, which there's a gravel pit all opened up in the back. Everything comes from these two roads. Gravel pit sits up there wide open. Comes down this hill here. And then we hit both sides, which dumps to my land. Now this is the runoff we're getting on the right hand side of Highland Circle, which is Bushy Street. And that right there is the end of the culvert. Culvert doesn't take it all, it shoots across the road to me. Here we have the neighbors across the road. They filled in their piece of land, brought it up too high. Everything runs down there. Here we have in front of Doris Clevet. His culvert's full. This would be Doris Clevet's culvert right here. As you notice, there is no opening almost. I'm focusing on the opening. That's what's left of the opening right there. That's all what's left. Now here you've got my ditch, my beautiful grass that I made this year. Now look at the flood waters I'm getting here. Is this ridiculous or what? I got a rock wall there. Here's my other rock wall. I already busted it down. That used to be as deep as that one there. Then if you follow up the brook here, I call it a brook. It's a drainage ditch. Here, we're coming to the mouth of the ditch. It's right at the culvert. Well, it started off at least 4 feet below it. No more. See that? That's Doris Clavets. Yeah, they're already cranked up. Okay, now here what you see is everything came from Highland Circle, eroded, crossed over the street. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to fix my house. I'm not having a good time at it. Now we're back and across the street from my house. This is Doris Clavets Calvert. And as I focus into the mouth, if you can see an opening there, tell me about it. I've got a canal here. Now, that's the only thing that's saving the water from coming down into my house. And if you see this canal, this was, as you can tell, this was a big flood. I mean, look at this. Now, my water ran all the way down to this bush here. And that's gravel. Does it make sense? You tell me. This is my next door neighbor, Scott Sear. This is his culvert. Sure, the mouth's open, but look at the silt that's been dropped here. It's all from Roland Charette. What you see here now is the culvert that dumps into my land, which used to be 4 feet deep. Right now, water's right at the mouth. And if you follow it, now look at the water I'm getting. Does this make sense? A man opens up a pit and he gets away with it. And that's what we have to strive to try to keep this place up. A bunch of crap. This is the flood I'm getting. This is the new lawn I made. It's going to be gone by next year. This is it. This does not make no sense at all. Now, we're not having a torrential downpour, but if you look at my ditch, it is flooded to the max. You telling me this is going to last? By next spring, it's climbing on my lawn. As you see, the mouth of the culvert is going to start getting buried. And as we follow down my beautiful river here, that's thank Roland Charette in the town for doing this to me. Here's the rock wall that used to be there. Does it look like a rock wall now? Oh, there's one. It hasn't been buried yet. Here we go. Today is 27/28. Here's Highland Circle, Bushy Street. See this? It's jumping over the crossover culvert, coming straight down to Doris Clavets. See the water? That's on. That's the water's right in the road, and that's all gravel. Here you have the water crossing the road, coming to my land. Isn't this like a river? Here, I had to spend money and build a curbing to direct the water away from my house. Now, is this normal? This is dark brown. It's the water running down my driveway. And it seems like what I protected is good. This is how much water is coming down. I've lived here all my life and never seen this. This is the end of my driveway right here. And I've got the water directed going into, this is what you call my driveway. This is going down the lawn, and this is all silt. This is my crossover culvert. It comes in from both sides of Highland Circle. Now you expect this. No one expects this. Only the people that damage the land up above don't give a fine, you know what. Now this is a crossover ditch they built me. The mouth, the outlet of the culvert here was 3 feet under, and that was done last fall. Now look at it. There is dirt up to the mouth. And now, as I follow down, here we go. Here's my neighbor's land, starting to go into his land. And as we go down my land, this is it. Now look at this. Now this is money I spent to fix. This is considered a flood. And this is brought out by the man up on top of the hill, rolling charrette, destroying that piece of land and opening up a gravel pit, and the town has done nothing about it. The day after the storm, ditch is full up to the top. As we follow my ditch, you can see it's starting to go on Eric's land. And as we go down the ditch, here, gravel's starting to pile up even more and more because of this. Now I'm on the bottom of my ditch. First rock wall started piling up, had to destroy it. This here in front of me is the gravel that came down just from the last storm. And it doesn't have to be a major storm for it to send gravel to me. And this is my last rock wall. Now this strip of green lawn, I just planted this year. Town came here and dug the ditch. They never finished. They left it stripped. They left it to me to do. So I used wheelbarrow, shovel, rakes, and money. And now I'm getting buried again. Right now it's starting to crawl on my lawn, as you can see. Okay, here we are. This was full of gravel this afternoon. Yeah, let's see if I can focus this on real good. It's getting dark here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my focusing's not as good. There, see, all this gravel is out now. I pulled out 20 wheelbarrows. And that was from the latest storm. Oh no, there it is, it's on. Yeah. Boy, those 20 wheelbarrows of gravel here. First rainstorm of the year, the big one. The biggest one, that is. And this is my driveway. I have protected myself with speed bumps right there, and I've got it higher at the other end. I'll be showing you. This is the side of my driveway where my speed bump right here brings the water down to the end of my driveway here, which is just filling up with gravel. And this is the crossover culvert, which comes from two ends of Highland Circle, which is Bushy Street now, or road. And right now, this had been dug, was dug last fall maybe, or maybe spring, but it was deep. It was at least 4 feet deep. She's full to the top. This is all fresh gravel that came down from this storm here, that you see. This is continuing down the diversion ditch that they had dug, which is a really shitty job. And this right here, this is all gravel I'm gonna have to shovel out. And it's just building up and building up. This is going down my ditch. This is all gravel that came down from today. Now this is what I called my speed bump. It's right there. I lifted this up higher than the rest so the water wouldn't hit the house, which saved my house today. The water jumped my speed bump right there, and there's the gravel in my driveway. And I had to invest into this big bump here to stop the gravel from coming up against my house, which that does save me. The gravel comes from Bushy Circle, which we have an open pit here which somebody's been lumbering, and all the water rushes down in here. I'll bring it up to where she comes out. The water comes from where that behind that car comes down to the road. This is the erosion we get. and she just crosses the road into my house. July 17. This is after our last major storm. As you can see, nothing's been done with the ditching or the control of the gravel coming down. Tin gets deposited at the bottom here where it's a lot flatter, and it's starting to climb up my lawn. So today I will be digging all that gravel out because of their mistake opening up that gravel pit up on top. Oh, I wonder how many wagonfuls I'm going to have today. Tell you after I'm done. Well, let's see, as time flies, I've taken 20 wheelbarrows, starting from here up to where my shovel's at. And I gotta quit, it's too hot. Take it over tonight or tomorrow morning early. This is a wide spread here. That's how far down my lawn went. You can see where there's some grass where I raked. That's how much gravel I got in this past storm. Right now I have 20 wheelbarrows, and this is the wheelbarrow I'm using. And this is where I'm putting the gravel. Luckily I got a place. If I wouldn't, I'd have to get somebody to come and pick it up, and I'd be paying for it from somebody else's gravel pit. Well, day after starting the rest of the finishing job here. Now this is what I cleaned up yesterday. I got 20 wheelbarrows out of that. And it took care of some of my lawn. That lawn might never grow again. And this is what I have left right here. Look how deep. Look how thick. Now that's out of a storm and a half. Well, I'll say 2 little storms. The end of my digging. And here I picked up 32 wheelbarrows, starting from here and working my way up to there. 32 wheelbarrows. The end of a hard labor. Yes, we just had a short little thunderstorm. Very short. Now, as you can tell, this is how much I've gotten down here. It's already on my lawn. Yeah, it's like a river coming down my ditch. Now, how you like that? See all that gravel there that's picking up? I gotta pick it up. And there's a culvert, which there's no more hole here. It's full. I got a river coming down on my piece of land. I already got a pinched nerve, and I got to do this. As you can tell at the end of the ditch, this is all on my lawn. This is my labor. Town screwing up or rolling charrette screwing up. I shoveled 30 something barrels out of this last time, wheelbarrows. How many am I going to have this time? Look at this gravel. Ridiculous. Now I'm looking on the other side. This is my bank towards my house. See this? My bank is starting to get eroded. Look at that. Got a nice big hole here. Who's gonna fix that? Here we are, right at the culvert. And here, my bank's being eroded. This is the ditch across from the road. My neighbor's. She's full. As you can tell, you can't even see the culvert here no more. It's full of dirt. Not too much of a hole left in this ditch, is there? This is right directly across the road from my house. Now, this used to be Highland Circle. Now, Bushy Street. As you can tell, this water didn't even hit the ditch. It ate up the road. This is the erosion I'm getting, and that's all coming into my driveway. And as I focus, look at all the erosion we got here in one short storm. Now let's see if I can get the focus in here. There we go. This is a completely opened up gravel pit this man did, and he stripped the hill. What do you expect? Now the water is supposed to be following where it's following right now, where you can see the water run. What's on the side? Erosion. Erosion from the water coming down too fast from that damn hill from rolling charrette. Alright, now I'm videotaping rolling charrette trying to fix the damage in the back road. Yeah, I'm in my window there. Oh, yeah. All that erosion. Now he's going to cover it up with some more shit that's going to come down on my property. Yes, now we're having a normal rainfall today. Now, I don't know if you can really tell. This is how much water's coming down. Now, Bushy Road here. Rolling charrette for some reason. I mean, he's doing town work. It looks like he's the one that fills in all the erosion with some more dirt, which will erode back on my land. Why would he be doing this? Out of guilt, maybe? No, my speed bump here holds all the water to direct it down there to my dirt driveway. Where you see something like new hot top, I had to build it up. Wouldn't be for that. When we do have a major storm, everything jumps over that and goes into the driveway. Just misses the house. Where my water dumps right now into my dirt driveway, and that's building up a gravel. This is my neighbor's house down the road, across the road. This is how much water is coming down now. And the other side is bad, and the road erodes. And that would be this road here. This comes down the other side of Bushy, and this is where it dumps into. There should be a catch basin under here, but don't know where it's at. Now, this is the ditch that they built to control the water. Now that's all, my arm's hurting. I got a pinched nerve, and I got that from shoveling the gravel. Okay. Now, right now, this is a second rainfall. I didn't clean the gravel from last time. You don't see it, it's underwater. It should be touching the lawn by the time this rain stops. Now, consider this a flood with dirt. And that's how it is at every rainfall, and this is just a steady downpour. That's it. Okay, I'm starting back. As you can see, my driveway's filling up with dirt here. We are having a major storm, but this is not just water, this is gravel. Now I'm outside my door. If I wouldn't have that speed bump, majority would come here. I'm not gonna go in the rain with my camera, but this is what's on the bottom of my land, and my lawn's starting to get flooded. Underneath that water is all gravel. Gravel from rolling charrette. I can't go out in the rain with my camera, so I'll just show what's there. There. Now this is all the dirt across the road. Bushy Street or Bushy Road is all eroded. And that's just following down the path. And it's not even making it in the culvert up there because of that hill. My neighbor's ditches are over flooding. This is the one right before the cross over culvert. The day after the storm, this culvert that started as a big hole is now full. My lawn is completely getting covered. My ditch is full, lawn's full. I agree this was a major storm, but it's like I get gravel every time it rains. Dirt in my driveway. Like that when it rains hard. Looks like the tarred road turned into gravel. I get this often. Can you believe this? That road, Bushy Street, is completely eroded. The water barrels down. The water barrels down. This road of his is just too fast, and it hits this road and it just erodes it. See the big chunks gone out next to that car? This happens every big rainfall though. I mean, look at the erosion. Didn't even go in a ditch. Here's Highland down to gravel. Going and videoing. This is probably my last video. I'm getting really fed up with this. They can't do anything. This ditch is completely covered. Well, I'm standing at my doorway and I'm power brooming. As you can see, the power broom's there. The gravel here, and it's hardened up so much on my driveway, I'm gonna have to use a shovel. That's what it seems like. Shovel it, then broom it. But this was a major storm, but it doesn't matter. If I get a light storm, I still get gravel coming down on my lawn and in my driveway. Hello! This is my helper, my brother. He's already disabled with a bad back. He's gonna help me. It's pretty pitiful, and I got a bad back too. Well, I forgot to log this in. My brother and I shoveled 49 wheelbarrows out of that. And that's my ditch right now from my deck. I've dug it back to where it was. That's it. Yes, today is October 17th, 5:11. I'm standing in my house right now with the door open and I'm looking at my driveway. This is the gravel I've taken in from our rains. I wasn't here this weekend. I'm told by my neighbors that my driveway was full of water, my lawn was full of water. I have gravel all over my driveway. This gravel might not look that bad right now as it is, but once I start scraping that up, that's going to be nice and thick. This is happening almost at every rain still. Something has to be done. Yes, my neighbors told me, Doris Clavette, that the water came down so hard and the gravel, he couldn't believe it. I have not recorded how many wheelbarrows I did on the last big major storm that I have on this. I can tell you right now that I picked up 45 wheelbarrows. Now this is from the rain we just got this weekend. I wasn't here. I do have to tell you that they did slow down some of the gravel, but the water's coming down so hard that it's ripping my grounds apart, and I'll show you that later. As you can see in my ditch here that they built, it's eroding. Pretty soon it's going to start eating up my land. Up above here, let's see if I can zoom up fast enough for you. You can't even see the opening of the ditch there. And look at my driveway's going to fall down pretty soon. Now this is where I'm disposing all my gravel. What you see here is piles and piles. This was a big hole. This is B&A property, by the way. I'm going to fix it up this summer so they can't say anything about it. But I am running out of place to put gravel. So what do? Put it in the town's driveway? This is a major hole. I have filled this up with gravel, as you can see. All in here. I'm running out of room. Excuse me. As you can tell, it came down so hard, the water, that it jumped the road. It's not even going in the ditch, and that's what's coming on my property. And that road probably got eroded. Yes, sir. Highland Circle, known to me. Bushy circle now. This is all the erosion from the rain, which all the cause is from Mr. Charette's pit. Here's all the gravel that crossed over. As you can tell, ditches haven't been cleaned. Not even a year. Look at that. I'll zoom up. The opening. If you can tell me how big that culvert's supposed to be, yeah, look at that. Today I'm not videoing. The hill. I'm tired of videoing the hill. What I'm videoing here is the end of Highland Circle, Bushy Street or Road. All the gravel that makes it to Doris Clavette's ditch here is fine. Now this is what the storm did to my driveway. And this has been happening for the past 4 years. I'm up to the point I can't take this no more. It's 20 20 degrees outside. I gotta pick up my driveway and my ditch. As you can see, it's filling up with gravel. That's all fresh gravel right there. Now look at this gravel, it's starting to climb on my lawn. If this continues, I'm about to give my property to the town. Thank you very much. I'm going to see the town council, and if they have nothing to say about this, then I am going to be looking for a lawyer. Thank you very much. Oh, here I am starting a new year, April 2205. This is what I have gotten from the crossover Calverts in a slow meltdown that we had this spring. Still plenty to go. Comes all the way down here. Hope the sun's not too strong. Anyway, I'm gonna shovel this. There's the wheelbarrow. I'm gonna shovel this up, and I'll find out how many wheelbarrows I've gotten here. This is before the rains we're gonna get this weekend. That's why I have to do this. See how much more I get from the rains. Now here, this is where I've been dumping all my gravel. I'm filling in the hole on B&A property. I have no more place to put it. So what to do, what to do, what to do. Oh well. A lot of gravel here. This is my wheelbarrow. Showing you the size of my wheelbarrow. I'm filling it up that much. This is number 4. Here we have it. This is 17 more wheelbarrows of gravel stretched out here. I'm gonna run out of room. I know I will. 16 wheelbarrow, no, 17, excuse. And as we sweep through here real quick, there's still some snow there. When the snow is gone, I'll be able to show that it's eroding. Ah, what a fine, beautiful day it is. Well, this is after the light rains we had. My gravel is starting to pick up again. This is what has collected in it right now. Here the bank is starting to make. There I won't be able to show you till the snow is gone. On my side of the bank, right about that area, that's getting all eroded. Now this hole here is where the gravel is starting to collect. This was just on our light little rains we had. I got maybe 4 or 5 wheelbarrows every rain. I got to pick up 4 or 5 wheelbarrows. Where do I put it? And of course I never had time to finish that end right there. Going turkey hunting. Be back next week. Well, hello, it's me again one more time. We're having some good rains today. There's the gravel that's collecting. It's still collecting and working its way down. Now I went to talk to the town office. I went to see Mr. Dumo, which is the town manager. And he shook his head and doesn't know what he's going to do. You damn right! Yeah, I was just talking to Doris Clivet, and he thinks this is a joke. He's my neighbor across the road. This is the ditch in front of Scott Sears. This is in front of Doris Clivet's. It's dug in pretty good, made his own canal. As you can tell today, that the water crossed over Highland and dumped it on my land. I'm a poet. And this is Highland Circle, known as Bushy Street. As you can tell, it's not going into the ditch, it's eroding. All that hot top, the old man Pat Kieran had to spend his money to control some water off his land. There we go, we're back. All that hot top there, Pat Kieran had to spend money on. And not even on his land, as you can tell. I'm focusing in. See that hot top right there next to the corner? He had to put that. Look at the road, eroded to the max. All because of dickhead on top of the hill. Now I'm standing pretty close. What you see under my truck is mud from today. Hard to see right now, but this is watered down mud here. Now September 1 is today. I am looking at the gravel picking up. I am not shoveling here no more. I have gone to check the town manager 2 weeks ago, and I told him I wasn't going to shovel for free no more, and he agreed. Nothing has been done. This is the gravel starting to pick up now, and I give it till next spring and it will be crawling on my lawn. Here on my lawn I do have some trees here. My property is going to start getting damaged by springtime. Now this gravel here that's collecting, this ditch used to be about 2 feet deep, and that's full. It's more than full now. I used to have a marker right about here. Marker is gone. I will be putting new markers, so by springtime I will see how bad the gravel has climbed. As for the ditch they dug here, as you can tell, it's getting deep. It's getting deep. Now I'm standing under the tree line where the ditch is at. You can't really tell where the ditch is at, for one thing. It's getting filled up now. Right in front of me. Now that's getting deep. That's at least a foot deep here now. Now in the ditch here, I'm next to the culvert. If you can see a culvert. Now this is the culvert right here. As you can tell, she's full. And it's starting to deteriorate in my bank right here. In front of Scott Sears. This is his ditch right here, which, if you can see an opening, there's not too much. Highland Circle. As you can tell, the dirt crossed the road. Now this is where the problem started. He opened up that pit wide open. Everything's rushing down here. Now all this erosion, as you can tell, Highland Circle gets eroded. Or bushy street now. And what it does, it just crosses Highland and goes on my property. This is where across the street. On to my... Yes, October 5. I have asked the town manager last time I went to see him, which was about 2.5 weeks ago. Told him about my ditching, told him the gravel was getting worse and I'm not gonna dig, I'm not shoveling no more. What you see here, yes, I asked the town manager if I could have a meeting with the town council, and he never replied anything. Now, as you can tell where I shoveled, I was looking for my marker, tell me how deep, how much gravel I have, and I can't find my marker. But right now, from there to here, this is in a few storms. So this is it for me. I will record next spring. I'm gonna leave this alone now. Thank you very much. Well, here we are, the 20th of June. We just had a major rainstorm, and this is my backyard right now. It's a river. This is my driveway. This is the mud I've got on it right now. This is the mud in my driveway. Right now I don't know where I'm going to put this gravel. This gravel comes from the hill up on top, which water comes down rushing because he opened that gravel pit up. As I said, every year I pick it up. This is the flood across the road. This is the gravel. Everything jumped across the road. Now, I've been here all my life except for 4 years, and I can tell you this much. We have had some major storms, but we never had this amount of gravel. It all stems from one thing. The hill's been stripped. This is my neighbor across the road, Doris Claret. Culverts are shot in this street too. This is the road the guy started the whole problem right here. Opened up gravel pit. No barriers, nothing stopping any water. Hit this road, ripped this road right up. The road above me, this is the gravel that came across. All from this crap. Well, good morning. This is the 24th. And here what I'm showing you is my driveway again. This here has at least 3 inches gravel right in this spot, and then the rest got about 1.5 inches all over my driveway. And the pile up there has got at least 6 inches. This is at the other end of my driveway. There's a couple inches here. Now here, this is at the bottom of my yard almost. Here I've got the gravel that came down here on my lawn. I've got 5 wheelbarrows at least. Maybe more than that. This is deep. This is at least 6 inches deep. This used to be a big trench that they came here and destroyed my property. What a beautiful sight, huh? I had just cleaned that the Sunday before. Now across the road from my neighbor, as you can tell, there's no ditch. It's higher than the road. Look at that. Here we go. Standing above his ditch. Where is the ditch? There's none. Now this is Highland Circle. Rolling Charette's Hill is in the fog. Now as you can tell here, he just did this last night. Roland Charette is the one fixing Highland Circle. Does he work for the town? I saw him doing it the night of the storm too. And this is his job, throwing dirt back into Highland Circle. How nice, huh? Now why is he fixing up the road? Covering up his ass? I would think that's what it is. Pat Karen spent all sorts of money on this hot top. This is the end for a while. It looks like he tried to fix up his mess so next rain it can come down on me again. Well, I had to change wheelbarrow. This is the wheelbarrow I'll be using now. Mine tire broke down. This is a bigger wheelbarrow. And this is my gravel piled up. I've got this pile right here. And then this is what I have piled up here. Right there. And that's a lot of gravel. Now I know I took this already, of Highland being covered with rocks from rolling, trying to fix the hill. Wonder if he's working for the town. Anyway, I'm doing this again because I called up the town boss for the garage, left a message about this. I'll be cleaning it with my power broom. Now you can see he's got somebody here with a power rake, and this guy's raking the road for Roland. And Roland's the one that fixed Highland Circle. I was wondering if he was working for the town. Is the town paying him for this? This he just did this morning, which put dirt and rocks in the middle of Highland here. I think we deserve better than that. And here we have Pat Karen. The man is probably in his 80s, if not, he's very close. They covered his driveway with dirt. Can you believe this? And I'm zooming in. This is Jacques, a neighbor. He's the one that's doing the raking for Roland. Here's his rake and four-wheeler. Hi, Jacques. Now I'm gonna go see Pat Karen, and I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna clean his driveway. This is his driveway. This is tar that he had to put to protect himself from all the erosion for the past 4 years. The man doesn't deserve this at all, at all, at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. Look at this. Look at this. Thank you very much. This is the 24th, by the way. I keep forgetting to turn it off. This is the crossover ditch on Highland Circle. This is what Roland's crew did. The man that I put up on video a while ago, Jacques, I gathered from Pat Karen that he's the one that fixed the road for Roland. I wonder if they work for the town, both of them now. Anyway, this culvert's getting filled in with dirt now because of them pushing it in. I will be cleaning this later. Now, today is the 24th. What's Roland doing? He's up on his hill with the bulldozer and he's filling up his road with dirt. Yeah. So is that dirt gonna come down to me? Look at that, he's piling it right up. His bulldozer's in there in his pit. Look at that. Is he fixing his road so it can come down back on me, or is he blocking it off to stop the damage he's been making to me and a few other neighbors? This is today's fun for Roland and Ed. Now why is he piling dirt in the middle of his road? Big piles. What's he gonna do? Fix his road up so when the rain comes down it's just gonna drag it? Oh, there's his pickup. So he's up there with his bulldozer for sure, I can hear it. Just piling dirt, trying to cover his ass. The report I just put in was June 24th, not the 25th. I mean the 25th, not the 24th. Early morning here. I just finished cleaning my driveway. As you can tell, it looks real nice. But he's piling dirt up there, and this is June 25th, not the 24th. Yes, this is July 4th. We are having a thunderstorm. This is across the road from me. This is the water coming down from Highland Circle again. They never cleaned the culverts from last storm, which they are completely buried, as you can see. This is just the water heading down. What you see here, let it focus. Now this is Highland Circle. This is the water coming down from Highland Circle. This is how fast it's coming. This is mud and water. Now it's starting to find its way across the road because it's got no choice, the dirt's diverting it. And if I would take a walk up on the hill, which I will after the rain, you'll see. Now it's really coming across the road. This is what I get every time we have a storm. No, I can't bear this no more. Nice, huh? Dirt in the road, mud in the road. Yeah, that's my nephew walking up there, checking it out. This is the mess I've gotten in there since the storm started. Highline Circle eroded across, that's all dirt. It's all coming to me, going all into my backyard. Happy 4th of July. Check this out, huh? Looks like a river. Look at that. I mean, Roland Charette really screwed this. I don't know how much of a property left. Well, time to go inside, can't do anything. See?
trenches being dug by water.
All his trenches are being dug up. That's what you saw. Fuck, look at that. My lawn is just mud water. I might as well live in the rice patio.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's my backyard. No wonder those plum trees are dying.
We live in a screw. They do a lot of stupid things.
Oh yeah, but this has been going on for a while.
But this is costing everybody.
Yeah. Everyone on Highland's getting something. I'm getting the gravel.
Yeah, you got the worst of it, definitely.
Yeah.
But everything he does up there is just causing more.
Yeah, the whole culvert's exposed.
I mean, somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, they can come and somebody can get killed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get the cops. That pickup is trying to make it up to the pit.
Oh, good luck to him.
I wonder who they are.
That's Tim who lives over
Oh,
here.
it's nice, dude.
No, he's over here. He's the over there.
Oh, he's got to be in the effect.
No, that's not him. That's not his pickup. No,
That was him.
no. But this is what his hill did to this road. It's sad.
You won't see this, you won't come around.
Yeah, he will later on. When there's no one around, he'll come around. Yeah, that's my garden, full of mud water. This is where the water came out, right here. Eroded Highland Circle. Here's the neighbors above Pat Karen. Ripped the hot top. Yeah, I saw it coming down home. All what I could do is sit in my lazy boy and not look at it.
No, I was thinking of you down there, and I'm thinking, oh, shoot. Because the trees block our view from the road, so we don't know, but we could see the brown.
So the water came out of that culvert like a river.
Oh my God. It was coming out. It was like, I mean, it wasn't, it was just like, it was just shooting at us.
Huh.
It's almost like it directed it right to, you know, here, and then it just the flow, and oh, yeah. I've never seen it that bad.
No, see,
He's a complete.
he's still cutting wood up there, and the town hasn't done a thing about it. I went to talk to a few people in town, and they just washed their hands from it.
Yep.
It's catch basin coming from the culvert up above that was flushing water, couldn't hold anything. Eroded here. Went down Highland Circle onto my property. Water's leaking through in mud. Who likes dogs?
I don't know about wild dog.
No, but by Leroy Burgoyne's and that,
Yeah,
they're getting more water.
I remember
Oh, I
when we were up in
That's
when
right.
I April, the
Yeah.
amount of water that was pouring down was a lot more than
Well,
normal.
There's a way of you
But
know,
that's a,
This is the erosion he did up against his neighbor's hot top. Water comes down here. I've had people saying this shouldn't happen, but nothing happens about it. This is all the erosion that came down to my property. This happened a month, not even. This is the erosion it caused on Highland, which jumped across the street. Calvert is opened up. This is where the culvert opened up. Jumped across the street to my land. This is across the road from my place, Doris Clavet. This is the gravel that collected, crossed over the road onto my property. This is the gravel in front of my house. This is the gravel in my driveway, which looks even better on picture. It looks worse than this if you come over here and step in it. This is still part of my driveway here. This is all gravel. A few inches thick at some places. This is my lawn. It's being filled up. My trees are gonna die. My lawn's being filled up with gravel. Gotta do something. That's a lot of gravel on my lawn. That's all mud. This is my back lawn here. It's starting to get eaten up by gravel. My plum trees I planted, this plum tree is going to be dying because of that. My backyard is just filling it up with gravel. The gravel starts here, works its way down here, now it's starting to spread. This is looking at it from the downside. This is the gravel on my lawn. On camera it doesn't look much. If I start scraping this up, there's a lot of gravel here. All the way to my tree now. The force of the water coming through here is cutting a big canal. Pretty deep. This is the mouth of the outlet of the culvert coming on my property. That's full. Been full. This is on the side of my driveway. From the road to here is at least 30 feet. Spread out of gravel. This is my lawn. There's my driveway. That gravel in a picture doesn't look like much, but you'd start digging into it and there's a lot. And there's the road. The road's full of gravel. This all comes down because of rolling Charette's Hill. My speed bump is a couple inches high. And right here, I call it speed bump. It's my control, which is not doing too good right now for controlling, because look at the gravel on my hot top. And this is the gravel that's collected. We have no more ditch here. If it wouldn't be from a high speed bump at the other end of my driveway, my house would have been smashed up with dirt. This is where it crossed the road. I see this time Roland Charette didn't have time to fix the hill. Usually fixes this road so no one sees it. This is the erosion that was caused yesterday by Roland's Hill dumping water at 100 miles an hour. This is the erosion coming to the side, which crossed Highland. The erosion is starting to spoil Pat Karen's $1,900 worth of hot top. And what you see right here is the erosion and then the other neighbor's hot top. And that pile of rock, that's where he collects all his water. And they came right through. There's a culvert that shoots straight down towards us. And that's where everything comes down. The neighbor said this culvert here was shooting out the water so hard, it's unbelievable. So when the water came down right through here, went to his hole, went out of his hole, went down the road. Now this hill is barreling straight down to Highland Circle. I'll turn around. It's still in. You can't tell me the water has time to slow down here. This right here is what starts everything. Gravel pit he opened up completely. And he destroyed this land. And everything just comes down to me. Seems like he's having erosion problems here too. From his son's house. Comes down here. Hits into the culvert which crosses the road, which comes here, which goes down to my property. I had to take one more last picture here of where it cuts into the road, jumps onto Highland. Why is Roland Charette fixing Bushy Lane? He doesn't own the road. So why is he doing it? Oh, Roland, why are you doing it? He's fixing the damage that his hill's causing. Good morning. Today is the 8th of July. I'm showing you the gravel that came down my lawn one more time. Now it is on my lawn and made it right up to my trees, really, if you look at it close. This damage I had repaired on my own when the town came in here to dig a ditch. I had to repair the whole hill all the way up to that bush with a weed. This was a ditch that they dug that was at least 3 feet deep. It's been buried, and I was taking care of it for a few years. This year I left it alone. I have no more energy to do this. As you can tell, the gravel made it to my tree. This is next to my tree, and you can see the gravel a little bit better here. And my little tree is gonna have a hard time because that's all silt and mud that came down. It's time to bury my tree. I paid $22, $23 for this tree and all my other ones. Last picture of the last storm. Today's the 19th of July. I'm gonna decide to clean my driveway. It's been like this since the last storm I put on here. Town said they were gonna do something about the man on the hill. I'd like that for sure. Today I will be cleaning this, and I will be counting my wheelbarrows and the time that I've done it, and I'll record at the end. Same wheelbarrows I've always used, the yellow one that's in all the other videos. Well, today's still the 19th. That's my wheelbarrow, and this is the gravel I picked. This took me about 2 hours. Shovel this in a pile, my whole gravel that was all over the driveway. I power boomed it. Now I'm going to put it in a wagon here. We'll see how many wagonfuls I have. Right now it makes 2 hours I'm working. It's 2 o'clock, started at 12. And here we are. Just finished my driveway. Got 11 of these wheelbarrows. And it took me 3 hours to do, and I'm not really done. Still have to pressure wash and clean around 3 hours of picking up gravel, that is. Well, July 27th, we're having a storm here. And this is the water coming down my backyard right here. It's starting to reach across into my garden pretty soon, I would think. I can't go out with my camera right now, it's raining too hard. I would consider this water just comes down so hard. There's nothing holding it up on top of it. Well, Highland Circle is starting to deteriorate. This is Highland Circle. You can see the gravel starting to cross the street. If I get any more water, it's going to come to me. This is across. The ditching right now is not even being followed up on Bushy Circle, which I still call Highland Circle. You can tell right there that the road is starting to erode right there. It's not even hitting the ditch on the other side of Bushy Circle, which would be Pat Karen's ditch that crosses over to here. This is in front of my neighbors here. We're starting to have a river. I would think pretty soon I should be getting the gravel. I would think. Now this ditch here, this was dug up by the town last week, and as you can tell, the water is barely staying in it. This is right across the road from me, daughter's pivot. Rolling shirt just went up the hill. As you can tell, Highland Circle is having a hard time holding everything. I haven't crossed the road yet, but it's getting there. Right now on the other side of the road, it's just a fly that's tearing up the grounds again. And we're going to swing down to the ditch here. Here's the ditch, it's almost over. Highland Circle started crossing over. This is it right here. Rain just slowed down, but she's getting ready to come into Highland Street. Yes, Highland Circle is getting ripped up. And there's Roland Charette's pickup. He did his loop. He doesn't know what to say. This is the other side of Highland Circle here. This is going down to Eric Nettles. Eric, my neighbor. That's going down to his house right there. Luckily, the water's slowing down, so I might be saved from mud in my driveway. Now, this is Highland Circle here. As you can tell, I wish I could get closer right now, but it started crossing the street here, and luckily the rain stopped. But this is what we have. Here's the water flowing down to my property. Ooh, here we go, a river. Oh, she's going over. Can't handle it. Bummer. Look at this. This is a river. This never used to happen. I'll swear on the Bible. Oh, thought I turned it off. Roland just went by, scared me. Now, the ditching here, luckily the water stopped. That is going all on my property. Now, what Roland Charette's going to say is this is none of his doing, because it's the water. The dirt might be from Highland Circle now, but it's from his water that's barreling down that hill at full force. The water has to be stopped from the top. Oh, this is the end of my videoing until this rain stops. And let's see, water's dropping, rain slowed down. As you can tell, the water's starting to cross here again. The rain's picked up, and that's all coming down my driveway. Yeah. Oh, this is my driveway right here. I mean, look at this. And Eric's land's getting flooded. The ditches are overflowing almost. This is Highland Circle right here, Bushy Circle. Check this out. Look at the rocks in there. My nephew had to go get some 2x4s to put alongside the road. As you can tell right here, there's 2x4s. Stop it from going down his land. Now, if he's telling me he's 125% to the good, damn, I'd like to see what 100% is. Oh, there's my nephew's 2x4s. This is Highland Circle, Bushy Circle into Highland. My speed bump's barely holding it here. And of course, that's my driveway right here. Just being buried by gravel. Look at this. This is a foot away from my porch here. My speed bump is having a hard time. I don't know if it's going to hold the water. Dam's going to blow. This is a rock right in front of me. And the rocks are just rolling down like nothing's stopping them. This is really, really pathetic. Well, the rain started back up. Now the ditching they couldn't even hold. This is my corner of Highland. I'm getting buried by gravel from Highland Circle and from Roland's water that's tearing everything up. My cousin here across the road, Dottis, he just sealed his driveway. Lucky. Now, oh, is this Roland checking out the fucking shit he did? This is my street. My speed bump's barely holding. My speed bump, which I call my dike. This is the first time my dike blows. First time any water gets over it. And I'm worried it's going to really get my house in a few minutes. I'm back on the camera. I'm really worried. If that hits my house, it's going to be gravel all along. Oh, it's coming over here too. My dike is busted at two places, here and there. Can't even hold this water. This is what I'm getting. Now, I lived here all my life. I'm sorry. This has never happened. This is from that man stripping that hill. And I don't care if his gravel's not coming down, his water's coming down at 100 miles an hour. And I'm thinking fucking violent. This is my backyard. Everything's flooded. My garden's flooded. My backyard's flooded. Now, can you really believe this? I can't. I'm going insane. Now I walked into my shed. This is on the other side of my property. I've never had mud water going all the way across, and that's across from way to my left which I can't go up there right now because it's raining. I don't want to spoil this camera. This wasn't even on, son of a bitch. Hey, here we go. It's okay, Scott, I got it. Yeah, this is my garden that's flooded. This is my land that's flooded. I've never had mud water come through all this like this. Never, never. It's reaching to the, Scott's property on the other side of me. This is Highland. This is my driveway. It's coming down here so hard that it's going underneath my porch. It's eroding all the way. Now, this is the water coming in from my driveway. This is how fast it's coming underneath. I got no more dirt here underneath my deck. Got eroded. It's going on my back lawn here. And there's my garden, completely underwater. An organic garden that's not full of mud from gas, oil from the roads. This is my backyard. I own 2 lots here. This is unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. The man should be shot. Oh, I'm just getting your knees. No one wants to be taken on. This is my driveway now, full of gravel. Everyone's coming to check this out. The rain is slowing down. Here, I got apples in my driveway. Look at this. Looks like this whole hill is gonna give me something. This is the gravel. You cannot tell how much there is till I dig. And I bet you I'll have more than 10 wheelbarrows this time. And this is Doris's driveway here. Flooded. Scott's ditching's all flooded. Ah! Well, this is in front of Scott's. Looks like a cesspool. And in front of Eric's got flooded out. The rain has stopped, but the water's coming down full force. It's like a nice little river. I'm gonna go check Highland Circle. Okay, we are right now on Bushy Circle. As you can tell, yes, he's protected everything from his hill, but the water comes down so hard it barrels right through here. And this is Highland Circle, Bushy Circle right now. This is the erosion that's happening. This is the hill. Oh, beautiful. The basin didn't hold, huh? All the water's coming out of it. Good morning. This is Saturday the 28th, if I'm correct. This is my gravel. It is now 6:30. My gravel, huh? Wow, it's mine. I'm going to start cleaning. I'm going to show you how many wheelbarrows I get and how many hours it takes me to do this. Now here, I just want to show you this. The man says, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the man says this is not his gravel. I don't know if you can see it in the sun, but this is very, very, very fine gravel here. This is not rocks. The rocks come from Highland Circle because the water comes down too fast from his hill. But this is light gravel. His gravel still makes it. I still have apples from the hill. Yes, I'm back. Now, as you can see, let's let it focus here. Let's see my eyes. There we go. This is what I picked up, well, put together in my driveway. I've had 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. This is 3 hours here. I power broom. I shoveled everything together. Now this is a side shot of my piles in the driveway. Now this is under my deck. I've never had water come here and wash this out. None of us ever had. Under these rocks there's no more dirt. All my dirt is down here on the ground, starting to go into my lawn. This is the wheelbarrow I'm going to use. Now this is a decent size wheelbarrow here. I'm going to tell you how many I have done when I'm finished. Good morning. Today is the 30th. It's on a Sunday. Yesterday was the 29th. Hopefully I put the right date yesterday. It took me 7 hours to clean my driveway. Now it's done. This morning I'm going to take the pressure washer out and clean it up, which will take me another hour. We're getting ourselves a little rain here. As you can tell, Highland or Bushy Circle starting to cross over almost. This is the ditching. This is the ditching across the road. Almost climb it over. This is about 7 minutes, let's say 8-9 minutes of rain. As you can tell, she wants to cross the road. Luckily they put a lip of tar there and it came through. This is the other side of Bushy Circle, which is crossing over to Eric, my neighbor's land. This is about 8, let's say 10 minutes into the rain. This is what's happening to my property now. It's been doing this since the other rains. I have one dead tree behind that one, the row plum. This is going under my shed. It's going to cross over. My backyard getting creamed again, filled up with gravel and water. The storm just finished. 10 minutes of rain. This is what my backyard looks like. August 7th, 2006. 12th of October, we are getting some rain. This is the water coming down my place. It's not as bad as it used to be, but I'm still getting gravel. The dirt is muddy. It is coming from Rolling Charrette's Hill because the town fixed Highland Circle or Bushy Street now, something like that. Let's see, let me get the focus here. Here we go. This is the water coming down from Bushy Street. It is muddy water, that means it's carrying gravel. This is Doris Clavette's culvert right here. As you can tell, the water's not moving too fast. Must be plugged. Now this is the water in front of the ditch in front of Scott Sear. As you can tell, this is muddy water, which will be crossing over to my property. It is still happening. Now this is Pat Caron's culvert. This is the road that the town fixed. As you can tell, this is muddy water coming down from here. They fixed the road. This is all tarred all the way to Roland's Hill, beginning Roland's Hill. As you can tell, the other culvert across from Pat Caron's driveway is muddy water. All coming from this hill. Roland can't say it's not his now. This is the nice ditching they did. The town, as you can tell, this is muddy. October 12th, the day of our first nasty rain. I just got back from work. The gravel is still coming down here. The ditching that the town did years ago here is all covered. And this is what happened. My tree died. Grass is growing over the gravel. It hasn't really stopped, it's just slowed down. Gravel's piling up right here in this little ditch that's still left. As you can tell, this is inside the culvert coming on my grounds. That's all gravel sitting in that culvert. It's not coming down hard enough to empty it onto my property. Well, the majority that is. Culvert in front of Doris and Scott Sear, Doris Clavette and Scott Sear. As you can tell, the culvert is half under gravel. Hello, I'm back again, November 8th. last major rain we had. What you see here, this fine gravel, excuse me, that's from Roland Charrette's gravel pit since the town fixed Highland Circle. What you see on the rough side there with the rocks, that's before they fixed Highland Circle. The water came down so hard on Roland's land that it brought down Highland Circle, Bushy Street, Nower Avenue. This is all from there. Now from where my can's at, I just put that there right now. All that dark, fine gravel right here. This is just recently. That's Roland Charrette's gravel. And I'm taping this tonight because, this evening, because we're supposed to have some heavy rains. And I will tape it again tomorrow if we do. Thank you. Yes, I just put this out here with a mark. This is the 15th of July. And I'm gone for a week, so if it rains, that red mark, I'll be able to tell how much gravel I'm getting. Thank you. Well, here I am again. This is from our last rain. It might be hard to tell, but it ran my grass down again. Now it's filling me up with gravel again. The ditches, they've never touched on Highland. They did their Highland Circle, that was it. The board that I put up as a marker got blown away from the rain. The rain just yanked her out. But this is what my grass looks like right now. Gravel's starting to climb back over what was starting to grow. And this is my patch of gravel still here. Now here I've dug a hole about 2 feet long, a foot wide, a couple feet deep. And I'm going to see what I collect in here after the rains. And then I'll record that. This is it for today. This is the 5th of August. Good morning. This is the 17th of August. And this is the hole I had dug last time I videoed. We've only had one decent rain, the rest have been showers. As you can tell, the hole is pretty much full. And that is fine gravel. The only one that has fine gravel is on top of the hill, which is in the ditching now, and which is coming to me. Well, this here is unbelievable. Hole's full. I'm going to dig another hole down below this before it rains today. See what happens. Well, my land's being destroyed and I can't do anything about it right now. Now, the water runs down here. As you can tell, there's gravel on the lawn, which it's lawn that's been growing in between the gravel. And it follows itself down there. And then that's my piece of land. There used to be a big ditch here. Ditch is gone, gravel's there, killed my tree. What a life. Someday I hope this is gonna get corrected. Yes, this is the gravel I have right here. Double the gravel. The roots are getting eaten up again. $2,500 of work here. It will take less than 2 years for this ditch to fill up. That is not right. Not right at all. This is June 20th. We are getting a storm right now. Now, what I'm focusing on is, let's see if I can get it. The road is eroding on the edge here. It's bringing all, this is tar here. These chunks of tar. Oh, focus not good. This is chunks of tar coming out. The road is eroding on that side. Okay, chunks of tar coming down. Nice little storm eating up the side of the road, as you can tell way out there. Not focusing too good. Anyway, you can see up there the tar is getting eaten up. This is what's coming down from the road being eaten up above me. This is all tar that came down. Now, as you can tell here, all sorts of, this is all little chunks of tar. There's a nice one there. This is the road that's getting eaten up above me, next to Scott Hodgson's driveway, which probably this is part of his driveway with it, but there is a lot of tar. Now this is across the road. As you can tell, the water's coming down like a river. I can't focus any better today. Don't know why, camera's going bad. June 20. Now this is where it's coming down on my land. Now look at this water come down. Maybe I could put a canoe with it. But anyway, this is the water coming on my land. Hey, it's like a running brook. Now out here, this is the bottom of the ditch. I paid $2,200 or something like that, $2,500 to dig this ditch. Right now it's filling up with gravel. This is all water coming up from the hill when the rains are too heavy. Now this is what's coming down my piece of land right here. Looks like a babbling brook. Sounds like I'm babbling too, since I'm so damn fed up with this. And this is water running down. I'm standing right alongside of it. Yeah. That's what I'm standing next to. A river coming down from the gravel pit. Now look at this. You're telling me this is not coming from him? Come on, you guys. And here we go. And the babbling brook heads out to B&A property, or railroad property, which is just filling up their property, giving them some good fill. Now that it stopped raining, I've walked up to the top of the hill. This is Scott Hodgson's property right here. And this is the edge of the road. Tar's getting eaten up. This is June 20, our Sunday storm. This is what's coming down Rolling Charrette's Hill right here. This is mud water. He was working up there with his, trying to stop the water from coming down, or the mud, should I say. Now this is coming down the ditch in front of Doris Clavette's, and then Scott's here, and then it crosses to me. This is all mud. If you come here when it's not raining, you'll see this ditch they built 2 years ago is full of gravel. This is in front of Doris Clavette's. This is the ditch across from my house. As you can tell, the culverts are all rusted here, and they're all full of gravel. And that's my $2,200 or $2,500 ditch down the drain. Hey, look at this nice dirt. Yes, part road, part driveway. That's where it came from. Part road, part of my driveway. Rocks and tar. This is my driveway. Woohoo! How do you like this gravel? Comes from my neighbor. My neighbor don't care about no one except himself. I have words for people like that, but I'll be nice today. This is damage to my property. This ditch, I've worked it twice. My neighbor Eric worked it once. Why is it no one's done anything about this? This is what it looks like after Roland's gravel comes down here. And the man just smiles when he drives by.